What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Today I wanted to go over some of the gear that I have as a beginning photographer. I don't have very much, but I think it's enough to get me started. I'm sure a lot of you have been through this same thing in the starting of your photography journey. Starting off getting your first camera, maybe a lens or two, and you find that there's so much more that you want to get, but unfortunately, unless you have a lot of money, you can't start off getting everything that you want at first. And then a lot of the times you'll get a lot of stuff and then you'll find that you're not really needing it or using it anyway. So let me go over what I have with you. I started off with a Nikon D3400. That was about 6 years ago, when my daughter was born. Of course, I wanted to take pictures of her and catalog everything of her as she was growing up. And then that eventually grew into me getting a Nikon Z50 mirrorless camera. And that's when I decided to try and take my photography game to the next level. So let me show you that and just a couple of the lenses that I have, and hopefully where I intend to go if things go well, which I hope they do. So first, let me show you the Z50, and I'm going to show you the 50 millimeter lens that I have with it. I bought this lens. It's a third-party lens by a company called Yanggu. You're probably familiar with them. It's a pretty good lens, and here it is here. This is the Nikon Z50 mirrorless camera, and this is the Yanggu 50 millimeter lens, which I use for a lot of stuff, really. Portraits. I'll do a little bit of landscape stuff, but in the beginning here, it's mostly portraits. I found basically on research that that's the easiest way to get into photography, or at least making money on photography, is portraits. So this 50 millimeter lens here, it's really good. Hopefully I can show you some of the pictures I've taken with it, um, to give you kind of an example of what it can do. Very, very capable lens. I love it. I have no problem with it. And I use that for a majority of my shooting, whether that be, again, portraits or even landscape. I shot an event last weekend, and hopefully I can show you some of those shots too. Good lens, very versatile. They say in the community of photography, the Nifty 50 is probably the first lens you want to get, a 50 millimeter prime. So I took the advice of the community, and that's what I went with. Now, the other two lenses, the only other two lenses that I have, came with my Nikon D3400, and I use those lenses with the Z50 here, via this FTZ adapter, it's called. So this is the adapter here, right there. It doesn't come with the body of the Z50. You'll have to purchase it separately. So that's what I did, because again, being on a budget as a new photographer, I couldn't go out and get lenses and everything that go with the Z50, the new Nikon Z glass line. So I decided to sell the body of my D3400 and keep those lenses that came with it for now, and just use the FTZ adapter, which is great. I have no problems with it. The lenses, they just unscrew on and off from the adapter, and you can use the older line of Nikon lenses with the new mirrorless camera systems that they have out here. So let me show you. This is a 70 to 200. This is a 70 to 200 millimeter lens, right here, that came with my D3400. So rather than trying to get a new lens right off the bat with the Z50, I use this lens here for my some portrait stuff, bird photography, nature photography. So when you want to do a portrait and you don't want to be up in your subject's face, this is a good way to go. Nature photography, so you don't have to try and creep up on the subject animal, especially a bird. You know, birds are skittish, so you can maintain a good distance. while using this lens to zoom in and out. And again, it's 70 to 300 millimeters, so you can get a wide variety of distances that you can cover with this lens. And lastly here, as far as lenses, I have the kit lens that came with the D3400, and this is an 18 to 55 millimeter lens. Again, it came with my D3400, and I use it on the Z50 with the mirrorless system here with the FTZ adapter. So again, to zoom in and out, you can zoom it in, zoom it out. And this is a good little lens too that came with the D3400. I really liked the D3400 when it came out and when I first got it. Takes beautiful pictures. Had no complaints with it. I just saw that the new Z line of mirrorless cameras was coming out, and I fell in love. So I did spoil myself and at least wanted to get an entry level camera into the Z series of cameras. I'm hoping to get something a little bit more powerful once I get more comfortable with the Z camera here, learning all its features and functions and navigating the menus and stuff like that, and really getting to know it and be comfortable with it hands down before I move into something else like a Z6 II. That's kind of what I'm looking at, or the Z7, 8, or 9 even. It depends. We'll see how things go. Hopefully they go well and I'll be able to get one here relatively soon. But first, this is just for starters here. The Z50, great camera, love it so far. Been able to shoot 2 events with it, just do family photography and stuff like that. A lot of pictures of my daughter just running around or having fun doing just little simple things in life. So hopefully soon here I'll be able to give you a video of me really taking the Z50 out and putting it through its paces here with some street photography. Maybe I can catch some portraits of people. That's what I want to get into a little bit more as time progresses. A little bit of street photography, a little bit of landscape, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Who knows? Who knows where this road will take us, right? So some of the other things that I use, not very much as far as gear, because again, on a budget, just starting out. I do have this charger here. Unfortunately, at the event that I was shooting a week or so ago, I ran out of battery, which is a big fear that most beginner photographers have and a big thing that they have to go through. I only had one battery. I was shooting the event. Of course, I ran out of battery, plugged it into my charger at the hotel where I was shooting the event. Took my battery out after it was charged, continued shooting and filming, and then when I went to leave for the night, packed everything up and forgot the charger. So with that, I visited my local camera store and I grabbed two of these. One is actually charging another battery that I also purchased here, so I don't have to run into that issue again of losing a battery's juice and not being able to shoot. That was really disappointing. So I went to the camera store, got 2 of the chargers and an extra battery for my camera. So hopefully I won't run into that issue again. That's definitely one of the first things you want to get, I would say, as someone just starting off, going through it. I would say you definitely want to get an extra battery. You don't want to run out of battery juice and not be able to shoot. So that's definitely one of the first things you want to get. Now, another piece of gear, don't have much more to go here because again, we're on a budget and we're a beginner. Another piece of gear I actually do have is this DJI Osmo phone gimbal. Now, I believe this is the DJI 2. I'm pretty sure they're up to either 3 or maybe 4 as far as the evolution of the Osmo Mobile, it's called. But I love this thing. It's a great gimbal. I got into it just looking at other YouTubers and YouTube videos and watching like travel videos and seeing everyone on gimbals, using their gimbals on their mirrorless cameras or DSLRs. Those are a little bit out of my price range for right now, so I figured I'd go with the next best thing that I could, which is this little guy, the DJI Osmo, and I believe this is the version 2. It allows for great stable shots, allows you to get moving video shots for when you're capturing any type of footage that you want to move your camera with and create a little bit of movement in your shot. And it comes with a magnet, which I have here on my phone. It plugs into your phone or connects to your phone like that. You wrap the little grip around it, and again, it's magnetized, so it just magnetically connects to the DJI Osmo, and you can just turn it on like that, and it will set itself. Again, great little device. Vertical mode, horizontal mode, which will allow you to capture, get moving shots for your videos of whatever you're shooting. It's a great little device, and I will definitely like to shoot a video of that and give you some more of the details and the features of its uses and everything and how you can use it. So look out for that to be upcoming in the future here. And another piece of gear that I have, seeing that I use my phone for video, the phone. I use my phone for mostly video, but I'll take an occasional picture with it every once in a while. You can use I have a Samsung phone. The DJI Osmo works with Samsung phones or your iPhone if that's what you're on. And another piece of gear here is a wide angle adapter that I have. Now this is for my phone camera. A lot of cameras have the wide angle feature built into them now. I would say anything from 5 years old or newer, maybe even older than that. But this is the wide angle adapter that I have on my that I use on my phone. I use it here just to capture wide angle stuff. So what it does is it just clips onto the back of the phone like that, and now you have yourself a nice wide angle lens to capture wide stuff like group shots or landscape stuff with the phone. It's a very nifty little device here. And lastly here, what I have is this little blower here, and I count this as an essential piece of gear because you use it to blow the dust and everything off your gear like that. So you just squeeze it, and what it does, as you can tell, you can just blow everything out. Everything that collects dust, you want to get rid of that dust so you don't have any dust in your lenses or in your pictures, and then that will obviously give you a bad picture quality here. So that's what I use that for. Comes highly recommended. I would definitely recommend you get that as well. But definitely first thing I would suggest getting, having gone through the experience, is a second battery for your setup, and maybe even another charger if you would. I'm also in possession of multiple SD cards here. Another thing, if you shoot a lot of pictures and a lot of video, this is the bottom of the Z50 where the battery and the SD card is housed. So it's got a little clip there. You can take the battery out. Make sure you get a second one of these at least, maybe even a third, right? And then also pops out the SD card. So it's an SD card that it uses to write the information to as far as the videos and the pictures. I have about 2 or 3 of these, and it's good for, again, just in case you take a lot of pictures and a lot of videos on your shoot, your assignment. You fill up your memory card, and you don't want to run out of memory. So when you do, you just pop in your second and third SD card, and you can continue shooting. So these are just the beginning items that I have in the start of my photography journey here. Again, hopefully I can get you some pictures or videos of what I took using them. But as a start, I would say that's not that bad. I have the one prime lens, the 50mm. That's what everyone says to go with, so that's what I went with. I love it. Hopefully I can show you some examples of that. And the 2 kit lenses that came with my D3400 that I use with my Z50 mirrorless camera via the FTZ adapter. So with that, I want to hopefully go out, get you guys some video and shots, example shots of what these lenses can do with this camera, and we can see what we can make of it. So thanks for checking out the video. I really appreciate you stopping by. Take care and have a good one.